Kendrick Lamar is dropping his new album very soon, and I don't think people realize the sheer importance, popularity, and impact that this thing is going to have on the music industry and rap as a genre. Kendrick has taken the world by storm with his diss tracks against Drake, and after watching the Not Like Us music video, it is clear that this is Kendrick's victory lap, and he is dancing on Drake's grave at this point. So many fans are asking, what is next for Kendrick Lamar, especially after watching the beginning of that music video where we get a completely new snippet. And I think you guys all know what that means. The new album is coming. For months at this point, a lot of rumors have been heating up, not only from collaborators of Kendrick, but Kendrick himself, making it obvious that this thing is actually coming, possibly a lot sooner than you might think. And this album is going to change the landscape of a lot of things within hip hop, because this isn't just about Drake anymore. It's not about one guy, as Kendrick said himself, especially after seeing the West Coast be brought together at his pop-out show. Everyone was united by Kendrick, so let's dig a little deeper into this and talk about everything. This album has the possibility to be Kendrick's best, and honestly, most mainstream as well. And I know that sounds a little crazy, especially when you have such a commercially successful project as Damn, but let me make my case. We need to take a look at this secret comeback era that Kendrick has been quietly crafting and planning to execute over the last few years, as early as the day that his latest album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, even dropped. This all honestly makes a lot of sense when you look at the big picture of it, because I don't think that it would be an insane and untrue statement to say that Mr. Morale was not meant to be some crazy commercial success, completely hype, listenable album, at least comparing it to Damn or to Pimp a Butterfly or even Good Kid, Mad City. But Kendrick eventually pulling the trigger on this plan, dissing Drake, building up more than 2 #1 hits, having the pop-out show bring all of California together again. This rollout is in full force, and Kendrick's plan just got louder and louder. And at this point, the whole entire industry knows he's back, and most definitely a force to reckon with. And this plan that K-Dot has is extremely interesting, because Kendrick is bringing back rap and music to originally what it was actually supposed to be. And if you're confused by what I mean by that, just listen. I think it's obvious that, especially with past hits, ones that we have seen over the past few years and even as recent as this year, have not stuck. A great example of this is the song Carnival. Music nowadays has the tendency to just come and go. The industry is extremely fast. Carnival was the most hyped song in the world for like 2 weeks, then everyone got sick of it. And not because of it being a bad song, the song is great in my opinion at least, but because these hits just can't stick anymore. The TikTok brain rot goldfish attention span has ruined a lot of music, and we have seen this problem, and Kendrick is pretty much the opposite of this when it comes to his music. Kendrick has always dropped music that has a way deeper meaning, different ways to interpret it, and even looking at songs such as Like That or Not Like Us, they are the first rap songs in a while that have really stuck and got people talking about a topic for a long period of time. If we go and take a look at the Not Like Us music video, which by the way took over a month to release after the song initially dropped, so it wasn't like this was at the peak of the hype either. It gained over 20 million views in one day, and after about a week pretty much at 50 million as well. And yeah, there were the TikTok brain rot kids saying, oh, Kendrick is milking this, he needs to drop it, but this is what a #1 song is supposed to be. A #1 song shouldn't just last a week and a half and then everyone is sick of it. A #1 song is good enough to last more than 1 week, and that's what Kendrick is doing with all of this new music. So this is exactly the definition of a song sticking, especially for a rap song, which I personally feel like we have not seen in years, at least a moment like this. And this is exactly how Kendrick's new album is really going to change everything forever, because it's going to be that first rap album in a while, besides maybe Utopia, that won't die out right away, have a deeper meaning, and sticking while doing all of the above. This album will hopefully be good enough that it will finally change that narrative, not only in rap, but just in general, that music can't stick anymore. And like I said, I really honestly do think that this could be the same or even more commercially successful than Damn, and it will be a great successor after these huge tracks and Mr. Morale. And with this, Kendrick keeping everyone interested on what's next, whether he is just going to drop more and more hits, do even more victory victory laps on Drake's entire career or something else. That's what's so great about this. He is single-handedly keeping every listener's attention and having them really listening to what he's saying as well. Kendrick is here to save us from this brain rot music. If Kendrick can do this and inspire new rappers and artists to do the same, the impact this album can have on the current state of rap as well could just be absolutely mind-blowing, because we haven't seen an extremely new, talented, conceptual, or even lyrical artist blow up in a long time, at least since X or Juice died. We got the freshman class walking out of the cypher because they don't want to freestyle. I don't care if you're not a lyrical rapper. Lyrics are like one of the most important things in rap, and you can never take that away no matter how much music changes. And that was kind of the point I was making this whole video. I really want to see this album inspire something similar to the effect that we saw with something like Whole Lotta Red take on the underground and completely change everything, and it definitely has the ability to do that considering just the sheer popularity that Kendrick and all of his new music has been wielding lately. Maybe I'm holding this new album's standards way too high, but I hope to think, especially with Kendrick out of all people, that that is not the case. He made To Pimp a Butterfly. There is no standard too high. He is the standard. He's above the standard at this point. Comment your thoughts on this whole situation. Are you excited for Kendrick's new album? Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe, only if you enjoyed the video though. If you didn't, you can dislike. Watch the videos on the screen now for a great YouTube experience. More OTN content, all different types of social links down in the description below. Be sure to click those. And on that note,